XFM News on point.
It's time for the news on XFM. I'm Chris or Tim. The former deputy government spokesperson, Colonel Shaban Bantariza, will be buried on Thursday in Mitoma district in western Uganda. Bantariza succumbed to COVID-19 on Tuesday morning at Mulago Hospital, according to a statement issued by the deputy spokesperson of the UPDF, Lieutenant Colonel Del Akiki. The burial will take place at about 11 a.m. and will be conducted scientifically to avoid the spread of COVID-19. Members of Parliament have hailed the former deputy government spokesperson, Shaban Bantariza, as an exemplary person who served the country wholeheartedly. The MPs, who included the Ruhinda County MP, Donozio Kahonda, Intenjeru North MP, Amos Lugorovi, and Chua West MP, Okin Ojara, noted that the late performed his duties wholeheartedly, and he is one person who laid government messages to the masses with simplicity. Okin Ojara says that the late is among the people who contributed to the liberation of this country, and he will be remembered for that.
We all know that in one way or the other, a person like the Colonel has contributed a lot in as far as, Uganda liberation is concerned. So certainly as a country, we all pay our tribute. We all regret the great loss.
The Uganda People's Congress has mourned the former UPDF spokesperson and deputy Uganda Media Center director, describing him as a man who loved his country and worked hard to protect its sovereignty. Ben Chigongo Bakabolindi, an official from the party, said that Bantariza is one of the few fallen UPDF soldiers who were loyal and diligently served the army up to the time of his retirement. He added that the late will be remembered more for his service as the army spokesperson at the time when Joseph Kony was still disturbing northern Uganda and some parts of the Teso sub-region. Pastor Jackson Senyonga of Christian Life Church has promised to offer support to all the neglected children and wives of Pastor Augustine Yiga, who passed on yesterday. While giving his condolence message at his church in Waise, Senyonga testified that the late Yiga had left so many children and wives, but most of them were denied a chance to meet him for support. He appealed to all those troubled women to reach out to him and carry out a DNA test for help.
I want to offer support to those women, those children that have been left behind, and you don't know who your father is, or you knew the father but you are not allowed to come out and say anything. Maybe you are sick, maybe you have AIDS, or your children are now stuck. If you are out there and you say, I'm one of the victims, and Mr. Iga brought this illness or these situations in my life, bring your children or your child to Christian Life Church, and we are going to perform a DNA test. We will support you.
Senyonga expressed dismay over the inhuman behavior of the late of forcing his followers into satanic acts, faking prophecy, among others, and cautioned his fellow pastors to adjust so as to have a clear legacy.
Mr. Iga has been a comic pastor, and the choices he made have brought joy to some people, but at the same time, there's some devastating situations that have happened to many people in Uganda. So, for the wrongs and for the negatives that have been expressed through his ministry, I stand here on behalf of the Church of the Born-Again Christians in Uganda, and I repent.
Chileka police are looking for a man who is suspected to have murdered his lover and locked the body inside the house. The incident happened at Chileka Zone B zone in Chira municipality, where a once Livia Katushabe was found dead in the house yesterday morning. It's alleged that Katushabe had a misunderstanding with her lover, Ayese, whom they suspect to have killed her and left the body inside. The Kampala Metropolitan Police PRO, Patrick Onyango, says that the body has been taken to the Mulago City mortuary for examination as investigations continue in that case. In world news, Philadelphia police have said hundreds of looters are ransacking businesses in the city in the second night of unrest after police fatally shot a black man. Police reinforcements as well as the National Guard have been deployed. Officials say 30 officers were hurt in the first night of clashes. Police say officers opened fire on Walter Wells, aged 27, when he ignored orders to drop a knife he was holding. Mr. Wells' family say he was suffering a mental health crisis. On Tuesday night, police warned residents to stay away from the Riverfront Port Richmond district as widespread looting occurred. On to sports news. Manchester City continued their perfect start to the UEFA Champions League group stage with a comfortable 3-0 victory at Olympique Marseille in France. Now in other Champions League games on the night last night, Bayern Munich did beat Lokomotiv Moscow by 2-1. Shakhtar Donetsk and Inter Milan played out to a scoreless draw, while Liverpool did beat FC Midtjylland by 2-0. And that's the latest XFM news.
XFM News on point.